Now before I measure and cut that, I'm going to check on the other side of the garage, okay? And I want to see, there's a gap there. And yes, there is a gap on this piece. So I want to match that on the other side, okay? I don't want to get that too close. Can you see if you get it too close, you could get moisture here traveling up on the bottom of this and eating it up. In fact, if I feel my hand on this one, right here, it kind of is starting to cup out just from the moisture. You know, granted it's 15 years old. Okay, so I got 5/8 of an inch. All right, so when I cut this new piece over here, I'm going to have it 5/8 of an inch short, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to measure that piece 5/8 short. Okay. Check this out here. Oh, better clean this up a little bit. Just getting it ready. Okay. Measure that. I got 12 3/8 minus 5/8 of an inch, right? So that's going to be 11 3/4. 11 3/4. And I might make it just a hair shy of 11 3/4. That way, when I put it up in there, I'm going to put some caulking at the top and I'm going to sandwich it up in there, okay? So just hair short of 11 3/4. I'm going to cut my new piece. Oh yeah. My trusty knee pad out. I use this thing for everything. Okay, now I'm going to cut it. I see on this piece there's a crack in it right here. Okay, so even if there wasn't, I don't usually trust the exact end when I get it, and I've got plenty to deal with, right? So I can make it 11 3/4 after I make the cut. Now this is where a tag was. I took that tag off. I mean, I could cut it right there and throw this part away. And in fact, maybe I'll do that. Lift the other end up just to help a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to cut this whole tag off of here, I guess. And I'm just going to use my little back saw. If I can do this, you can do this. Now I rock it back and forth, down like that, so I don't cut all the wood on one cut. And then this way. You see how that can make it easier to cut? Down like that. Now up that way. Now straight. Angle. Angle. You're not having to cut through the whole thing all in one go that way. Towards the end, you can go straight. If you don't have access to a skill saw or an electrical outlet or something like that, you know, back saw. You know, before I cut this again, I'm just going to double check my measurement. It's always good to check your measurement. Measure once or twice and cut once, you know. 11 3/4 I said, and just a hair shy of 11 3/4 I'm going to make it. I just need one little mark, right? Check that. Line it up here. My little wedgie, I can set this on the end here. I've got my catch paw under there too to raise that end up so it's kind of flat here, you know. I make sure this is lined up here, which it is. And this is going to get you close. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but I mean within margin. guess I can slide it just here. Cut away. Just take your time, it's not a race. Let the saw do the work. And incidentally, I've got some 2x4s that I screwed underneath here. That way I don't hit my knuckles or the bottom of the saw or this edge possibly when I'm cutting. It really helps. And there's a couple screw holes in the bottom of here, and I just screwed it on. See? I mean, nothing fancy, right? Oh, I put a couple screws on the ends to hold that block on there because there's only 2 screws there. I could have moved this over and made my own screws there and countersunk them and all that, you know. Do whatever, but there you go. I'm ready to check this. Before I do that, I got, what else I have in my trusty nail bag? I've got my little rasp. Okay. I can take my rasp and just clean off the edges. Now, here's the back of that one cut. I use this rasp for all kinds of stuff. Gotta get one of these for your nail bag. Okay. See if this bad boy fits. Now I promise I have not held that up there yet. Okay? What you're gonna see is what I'm gonna see. Let's see what the deal is here. Now that's doesn't look too good. That other trim looked like it was thicker than 3/4 of an inch, didn't it? Because from the edge, you couldn't really tell that, could you? Right there, looks like 5/8 of an inch. Without pulling it out, I didn't know. And this is a long 5/8. That should have fit perfectly flush. You know what I mean? Well, how are we going to fix that? Before we talk about that, let's look at this. Let's mimic as though that was there. Okay, I got my nice gap here. Yep. Okay, I got 5/8 of an inch. That's fine. So, what to do about that? Well, you think we can fix it? You think Joe's got a way to fix it? I'm just looking at it for the first time. What would you do to Joe Guyver? Okay, we're gonna measure this 1/4 inch, a long 1/4. Okay. A long 1/4 inch. We could put some 1/4 inch shim in there. You see that stuff? How it just ate up. Man, because that was that wafer board stuff, obviously it was thicker, wasn't it? And that stuff looks like it's 1 inch thick. How on earth do you get a trim that is 1 inch? You can't get 1x4 that's 1 inch. You'd have to get this same material somewhere. You know, this stuff here. But we're going to make this work, believe it or not. Think about it for a minute and tell me, how would you do that? How did you figure you're going to do that? Kaboom. I've got some sheetrock screws. Look at all the different boxes, little boxes like I got. And I carry these little boxes around with me. I got 1 1/4 inch, 1 5/8, 2 inch, 2 1/2, 3 inch. And I always try to carry something so that I'm ready for anything. So I'm going to take some sheetrock screws, rough course. It's usually what I got. Okay. I'm going to take those and I'm going to screw them in. I'm going to screw them in right here. And I'm going to use these for shims. Just watch here. I'm going to screw this right in, right here. I'm going to leave a 1/4 inch of it sticking out. I'm going to eyeball it first. Okay, I can measure it and back them out, okay? Like that. And this wood only goes down to there, so that's fine. You like it? Hope you like it, because that's how we're going to do it. Now I can take my tape and hold it on there and measure. Oh, I got those just about right. Okay, there's a 1/4. It's a long 1/4, so I'm just going to back that off a little. Okay, back it off a little. That's perfect. That was at a 1/4, so I'm going to back that off just a hair. Meaning, unscrew it so it sticks out. You see there? Now I can put this up there and see if it's going to be flush. Look at that. I can check that. And if I had to screw one side in or the other, I could, right? Looks just a hair wobbly. It looks like this one needs to come out just a hair, just a bit, just like that. And see, I don't care if the back side is this thick. I'm still going to caulk it right there, right? That feels better. That feels solid. Now the bottom looks like I might need to unscrew it just a little bit because this tip is sticking out further than it is right there, even though I have it at a 1/4 inch. So I'm just going to mimic what the existing material is doing, right? The bottom may be out just a hair further. Well, that looking still maybe screw it out just a hair further. Yeah. Okay. There's my shims. You like it? You put a 1/4 inch shim in there, you would have been messed up, wouldn't you? Okay. Look at that. I like that. I'm liking that. Matching up on the side there. Here I got 3/4. There I got 5/8. So see, I gotta decide, do I want to line it up here or do I want to line this up? I mean, I could split the difference. Screw this in a little bit, just a hair. Screw this one in a hair. Have this closer to 5/8. Maybe just a hair 5/8 there. You know, right there. It's good. That's still fine. You know, if anything, this side's got to come out just a hair more. There, kaboom. I'm going for it right there. Now, how am I going to nail that? What would you use for that?